Ellen asked me to tell a story. I guess all of us storytellers are. And I thought just a quick intro story. I know it's just a 3 or 4 minute piece. I'm thinking back to the time when I first was learning about storytelling at all. I'd been to the Corn Island Storytelling Festival in Louisville. What a grand and beautiful event that was, and it inspired me to want to go ahead and tell stories. And one of the things I liked the most was how they would go out into the country to Long Run Cemetery. Storytellers would gather out there, just maybe a single light, and tucked in and amongst and around the tombstones, that old cemetery. Little did I know, not so many years later, I would be out there as well, as a new teller, and then later as a featured teller. And then there came the night when I was going to tell a spooky story to a pretty big audience. It was said it was 5,000 people there in that great huge natural grassy bowl. I don't know if there were that many, but I bet there were 2,000 to 3,000, all pitched up and down those huge slopes of that grassy bowl with their picnic food and candles and drinks and blankets. And again, there was just the one light down there at the bottom where we tellers were on a small stage. And I was nearly ready to get up and tell a story about a rat that could speak, and a poor unfortunate seaman who had a run-in with him and the devil. I got up on stage. I began to tell. Maybe I was halfway through the story when I looked out and I could see the sound person, Bob Thompson, sitting at the table with all of his sound equipment, which at that moment began to smoke and finally to catch on fire. I was pretty sure there was a haunted presence there at that time, trying to foil me in my initial attempt at telling a ghost story. When the sound equipment caught on fire and the smoke spread through the sky, there was just me and that one light. No one could hear me. They were all too far away up that hill. But to tell that story, I had a little accordion with me, and I pulled that accordion up onto my lap. And I looked out there again and saw Andrina Belcher, a wonderful storyteller from West Virginia, billed herself as a dress-up artist, and she was an amazing dancer. So I yelled out at the top of my lungs, "Andrina, come up here with me. Let's dance a little bit." Everybody's waiting to see the sound come back, which it might, or it might not. Andrina got up, and I began to play, and she began to clog dance, buck dance. The audience began to clap, and it was wonderful. And I saw Bob Thompson coming back with a whole second soundboard, and he cleared away the old smoking wreckage of the first one, hooked up the other one, got it going. Andrina took her seat to much applause. I picked up my microphone and I said, "Well, last week when we left our hero," and I began to launch back into the story right where we had left it. Everyone applauded. They seemed to like that. And the spirits of the cemetery left me alone for the rest of that night. I was able to finish my story, but I've never forgotten that night.